In this video, we want to have a look at the powerful PDF publishing possibilities in Adobe Experience Manager guides. Of course, there's DITA-Open Toolkit built in, and you could use that. And if you have existing DITA-Open Toolkit configurations, you can use them to use DITA-OT for publishing XML content, database content to PDF. But as that is very complicated because you need a lot of knowledge about XSLT and transformations, XSLFO, etc. And will very likely need developers to create that for you unless you can do that yourself. We have built in a very powerful PDF generation engine into Adobe Experience Manager guides. What I have open here is a data map, car insurance knowledge-based data map, with all kinds of topics in here about damage assessment, material damage, and so on, and personal injuries, where you can open that topic and see how a service agent should handle a specific case and things like that. And I want to publish that. I can, of course, publish the whole data map, but I can also publish individual topics from that data map. But to be able to do that, I first need to set up my PDF output. So I go into the output panel here, and I have presets and templates. Let's have a look at these templates first. I have a template called Prime that has a specific configuration, like chapters should always start from an odd page, or maybe from an even page if I like that more, or simply a new page. I could define that each topic of my data map should start on a new page. I could automatically generate a table of contents structure for the PDF bookmarks and use the headings up to level whatever I find reasonable, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, so I can get nested bookmarks in my PDF. I can define if page numbers for the first level should appear on the top. I can select the leader format in the table of contents, like the chapter title, followed by a couple of dots or a solid line or just blank space until on the right side the chapter number appears. I could use define if I want to see table continuation markers and text before breaks, like continued on page, and then a page number is automatically generated. I can also define my page layouts. So I have a couple of different kinds of content in a PDF documentation. Usually there's something like the chapter itself, there's a first page, there's a cover page, there's a back page, there's a table of contents. There might be a list of figures, a list of tables, there might be an index, there might be a glossary, there might be empty pages, etc. And I can select from different templates for all of that and make a unique PDF for my output. So I could select which kind of template I want to use for chapters and topics, landscape, or maybe the back page, or the table of content layout design. Probably all that doesn't make much sense because chapter is probably already the right one. For table of contents, I have a specific template TOC, table of contents, list of figures, etc. So I can select from all these topics here, and for the cover page, I have front, and for the back page, I have back. I can also define very advanced PDF publishing options like pre-press options. For example, I could automatically add trim marks and bleed marks and registration marks and color bars so that when I want to send that PDF as a PDF for professional printing out to a printing house, then I might want to add these things like trim marks so that the printing house needs to know, does know where to crop these pages. I could even define the line width of these crop marks in a specific color and apply that. I could define the bleed box width, like usually 1 millimeter or 3 millimeters, but these are configurations that your printing house will give you. I can select the media box size, like for example RA1 if I have that. I can define if I want to create the PDF in RGB mode or in CMYK mode for professional printing. And I could even associate an ICC file, like that's a color profile that gives specific information to a printer how this printer should print these colors. So very advanced professional PDF printing options that you usually only have in a professional tool like InDesign or maybe Framework. And you could also define how cross-references should get automatically generated in the output, like a reference to a title should read like C, in air quotes, title on page, and then the page number. Or a heading is C, text on page Y. So this is my base configuration for my Prime template that I have here. Let's save that here. Now let's have a look at these page layouts, and this is where it becomes really powerful, because you don't have to, you don't need any knowledge about source code, CSS or XSL or XSLT or XSLFO, how to JavaScript, Java, whatever. You don't need all the knowledge to create great looking PDFs, because you have this visual page layout design editor here built into Adobe Experience Manager Guides. Let's have a look at these chapters. A chapter could usually consist of a first page and a left and a right page. So let's have a look at the first page here. And you see this visual editor where you can change the whole design of that page and change the colors and fonts and everything. I could say this is a field where I can say chapter title should grab the format chapter title, or maybe chapter title in all caps. And then it's in all caps. I can change the font for that. Let's mark that up and select a different font. Let's say a fantasy font. Probably not very useful for technical documentation, but basically you can select any font that you have installed on the system. You can make that smaller or bigger, like this. You can make it bold if the font supports bold. Fantasy obviously doesn't. Let's say I use a sans serif font. I can make it italic or underscore, underlined, whatever. I can change the color of that, maybe to a nice red. And I can define the line height and letter spacing. I can define if it should be centered or right aligned or left aligned or in full justified mode. I can increase or decrease the indent. I can define the text indent here. I have the border, and I can add a border to the top or left or right, and say which kind of border that should be. Let's say solid, and the border should be in red again. And then I can add all these configurations here and say my border should look like this. Maybe that looks fancy enough for me. Whatever. I can do the whole range of possibilities that CSS allows me, CSS3 print to be specific here, and change everything. I can change the whole design here and can change the page size, A4, to all kinds of other typical page sizes. I can define if it should be landscape or portrait mode, the default rotation of the page, so I can even create rotated pages here. I can change the whole layout and define the margin and the padding of my page, the page background. I could even select an image to put that into the background of my image. Let's say I select one image here, my smartphone image, and select that one and put it in the background of my page. In this case, obviously not very nice to look at, but that's how it works. And I could define my footnotes and all that. the margin of the footnotes, the padding, the borders again, etc. And the cool thing is it's completely XML. It's completely XML in the background, so you can create all these HTML-based design framework of your page, and how it's looking like is coming from CSS3 print. Let's have a look at the style sheets here for the content. And this is where all the styles are defined. So I have my heading styles for heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, etc. I have my paragraph styles, block quotes, etc. Let's have a look at how my paragraph style looks like. It looks like this. Currently, there's not much defined in terms of fonts, etc. But I could completely design that through with a whole range of possibilities, everything that CSS basically offers and is also supported in PDF. I could even make text transparent if I want that. Yeah, so you see that on the right in the preview here, this becomes suddenly transparent. So everything that is supported by CSS3 is possible here. And under the hood again, it's also pure CSS. So if you want to give that to a professional CSS web designer who also knows CSS3 print for creating great looking PDFs with CSS, then this person will know what to do with this code as well. You don't need to fiddle around in this code. You can just use the author view and select all the design possibilities here, make fonts bigger, change the color of your font, of the heading, things like that. So all that you can do from this very comfortable user interface. Let me close that before I mess it up too much here. And let me go into the presets. Currently my presets are empty, but I can add as many presets as I want and, for example, create a PDF preset and call it PDF for my user guide. Or maybe PDF template. And here I have a couple of options. I can select where my PDF should get published as an output path. If I want to create one PDF for my whole data map or many PDFs, one for each topic, which template I want to use, or how this PDF will be called. In this case, it will be called Car Insurance Knowledge Base PDF template for my user guide, which is probably not what I want. And I call it just like this. I could also apply conditionals and use a data file if I have one. I could use the baseline functionality and use different baselines that I have created. And I can also set up the language of my output. In this case, I'm using English US. So I could even use a post-generation workflow and select one of these many options that are available in Adobe Experience Manager guides, but currently I don't want that for my simple PDF here. I can select my PDF templates. They're basic and prime that we ship out of the box. I was looking at the prime template. And I can select how this PDF will be displayed when it's open first time for a user in Acrobat. So when the user opens the PDF in Acrobat, I could default open that PDF as a single page view. Then you need click through the pages, or single page scrolling, where all the pages are under flowing under each other scrolling, or a two-page view or two-page scrolling. The default zoom view, like fit page width. I could even set a password that the user has to enter when opening the document, or set the document restrictions, like I could allow printing or not printing, draft quality printing only. I can allow the user to copy content from the PDF or forbid that, etc. So I can use all these possibilities that Acrobat also has, but I don't need to specify them in Acrobat. I can specify them right here in my template or in my preset. I have also a couple of advanced possibilities, like I could create accessible tagged PDF, which is important for Section 508 compliance. I can merge PDFs included in the talk, embed fonts that I'm using when I'm having a specific custom corporate font, for example. I can force automatic hyphenation. I could enable JavaScript in my PDF so that to add certain interactivity maybe. I can embed multimedia files like videos, use full compression to optimize the PDF size, use image compression to optimize the PDF size, or add a watermark with a specific text for that, like draft. So I have a lot of possibilities up to very high-level PDF functionalities, like making my PDF /x-4 compatible. PDF X4. So all that is possible. And then I can just publish my content and say, I want to publish a single individual topic, like personal injuries. And I just click on these three dots here and say, download as PDF. And then it's generating my PDF. And there we go. There I have my PDF for my topic. That's for a single individual data topic here. But I can also do that for a whole data map by selecting here and say generate output based on my PDF template for my user guides. So let's have a look at that one as well. Takes obviously a little bit longer because it's a whole knowledge base that I'm publishing here as a PDF. And then I have my PDF here. You see I have my page thumbnails. I have my full navigation here where I can browse through the content of my PDF. With images, different icons, tables, etc. I could of course also open that in Acrobat with a different template. This is another example here, my car insurance knowledge base as a PDF in Acrobat. I can see things like this page is left blank, I have my chapters, etc. with a small table of contents even within that chapter to jump through the topic subsections in my chapter. I have nested bookmarks here where I can drill down as a user. I have my PDF properties here. This could even be filled in automatically as well. The fonts that are used, etc. So these are two ways to create my PDFs from Adobe Experience Manager guides. I can use Data Open Toolkit, which I didn't show in this video. And you could use our new powerful PDF publishing engine. If you have any questions about that, please contact us. You'll find the contact data at the end.